Hello Aries, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your March Tarot Forecast. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. I hope you guys are ready for the month of March. There's going to be a lot going on. Some of you have birthdays in March, so happy birthday Aries. And as the new zodiacal cycle begins with the sun being in your sign, it's gonna be a reset and a refresh. Of course, we also have spring equinox. There are a lot of different ways that we can do storytelling there. But essentially, the point is that we're kind of closing out the bigger cycle right now. And there's a lot of transits happening that have happened in the month of February. A lot of us are being pushed towards some difficult choices. So as we're approaching the end of the bigger cycle, essentially we'll have to make those decisions of which way do we want to go if we're at the crossroads, right? Or leave certain parts of our life behind, certain karma, certain relationships, certain activities, to the point where if we take too long to decide, the decision will be made for us. So this is just something to keep in mind. And of course, since we do have North Node in Aries overall, it's gonna stay that way for the entire year. Then you may be feeling, of course, depends on your personal chart, but you also may be feeling more pushed towards understanding how your life goals and your occupation, the time that you spend, right, whatever those areas of life are that take the most time and effort and energy from you, how do they correlate with your deeper personal needs, like, or personal needs on a deeper level, right? Do they really meet those demands? Do they satisfy those needs? And if not, how can you get closer to it? Sorry about that. I want us to start with an oracle card, as always. You also notice I've changed my setup a little bit. I'm using my table, back to using it, and I'm using a different camera. Well, instead of the phone, I'm using an actual camera and a mic. So we'll see how that works out. I'm still figuring out different options that I have with uploading it through YouTube, because I'm so used to using my phone that now this feels like a brand new world. So bear with me while I'm figuring it out, but hopefully it's not gonna be different in terms of the content. Okay, so you have peace. I actually saw this card when I was shuffling before I started the session, number 23. Let's see. I don't get this card a lot, so freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. I love this. Radical acceptance and knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life, right? And that things are happening for you, not to you. I also would say that since it's a peace card, it will be super critical for you to be able to come back to that peaceful state of mind, especially when you need to make big decisions. But just generally, to establish that practice, if you don't have it, like, how do I get back to inner peace quickly if I'm being if I'm stressed, if I'm anxious, if I'm being triggered in some way. And this will be very important then to use in practice. So consider it like your homework to prepare for more difficult times or like more complex challenges. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot. So for your love life, we have Nine of Swords. My most favorite part of this new setup is that you can see me shuffling, you can see the cards. The King of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. To be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, For your career, we have Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. And then the advice, we have the Star. This is Aquarius energy. Five of Wands. Nine of Wands. Look at these 3 nines in your reading. We are only missing Nine of Cups. Just wish fulfillment. We have Eight of Cups. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm getting immediately is that there are certain fears, certain triggers that prevent you from getting to the desired outcome, for essentially for your wish to come true, for your goal to be realized. So the main message is that you have what you need to get there, to accomplish that, possibly even in the month of March, but you need to really commit to it. And it will mean different things in different scenarios, and this is a general reading. By the way, this is a reading for Sun, Moon, and Ascendant sign, but please take what resonates for your story. So committing to it may mean having uncomfortable conversations, leaving something behind, keep making progress and taking steps even though it's really tough and you're really tired. Like, it could mean so many different things, but what I'm getting here is that, like, maybe you have all of the above, who knows, in your situation, things that are, you feel like making it a lot harder for you to keep going. But it's really important that you pay attention to it and you reset, you reconsider, right? Like, what's the root cause of those fears? If you already have that goal, that wish in your consciousness, then you already know the answer. Like, you already can see how you can get there, right? So it's like a deeper program or a more subconscious program that's introducing triggers and getting you into a state of doubt. But anyway, for your love life, possibly you're dealing with an earth sign or somebody who has a lot of earth in their chart. This is someone who is quite established with their status, with their position, with who they are as a person and as a persona. That's what I'm hearing, right? And you're trying to get clarity on where does this person come into your life? Like, what kind of purpose do they have in your life, right? Like, in the spiritual community, we speak a lot about karma and about soul contracts, that soulmates are not just romantic partners, and not in the meaning of like we're meant to be together forever. But I mean, it could be the case, but most importantly, the definition is that it's people who have soul contract together, right? And you're trying to understand, like, it may be very different, right? You're trying to understand what it is. I would just say that you'll get some clarity in March, for sure. You'll get some communication, directly or indirectly. But I would say, do continue to ask questions and also ask your guides or pray to ask for understanding and for clarity and for advice, so like what action to take, right? Because we're not always shown 100% of the picture up front, right? Maybe it's something that we're not supposed to know to keep our peace as we're just looking at that card, but something will be revealed that will help you understand enough to do something about this anxiety. So it's easier to move forward and you don't stall your progress with this person just because of that fear. Don't really see them doing much here, to be honest, but we'll also pull a message from your person of interest to yourself, so we'll see, we'll get a little bit more about where they see this connection. For career space, we have Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is a lot about strategy, right? And you can be acting as this Queen of Swords, or maybe there is a Queen of Swords around you, somebody who is good with strategy, with speaking the truth, and with being very pragmatic. Like, why are we doing this? What are we trying to achieve? By when do we need this, right? Like, this is Queen of Swords. Like, let's just say it. Let's just make it clear to people. It's going to be easier for them to get to that goal, to fulfill the task, right? So, but whatever it is, you definitely have a plan of showing up for yourself and showing yourself to others in your workspace. This could be actually branching out into something of your own. So it doesn't really have to mean the same company. It's more like in the area where you've been involved, you feel like it's time for you to go solo if you wish. And this could be about a team, a project, or it can be about the company, it can be about taking a new job, right? So this is you deciding, but what Spirit is saying, make sure you do have a plan of action, that you don't just abandon the sheep, you don't just explode, one day when things get especially tough and you're like, you know what, I'm fed up with this, I'm just gonna go. And you can do whatever you feel like you need to do, but I'm not part of it anymore, right? So before you do that, make sure that you have some sort of plan of escape. Let's call it that way, right? Like, what are you gonna do for money, for example? Or maybe you already checked out or you check out first the different ads or vacancies for similar jobs, so that like maybe even go to a couple of interviews to see that what's out there and that there is a decent option available. Of course, I'm not saying that if it's not, then automatically just stay where you are and be unhappy. No, this is more about be pragmatic about it. That's what these cards are showing us, right? Like, don't just burn the bridges. Make sure that you know if you leave today, what's going to be happening tomorrow and a week from now, right? Like, it may be even more pressure than what the situation actually is, but you know yourself that you do have responsibilities for yourself and possibly for other people in your life. So it's important to have that plan. Okay, we have advice, the Star, 5 of Wands, and 9 of Wands. Yeah, so again, with these cards, there's more of like distraction and people putting you in the box and telling you, go here, don't go there, right? But it's very important that you stay true to what you believe is right for you and what gives you this larger sense of purpose, right? This is the Aquarian energy I was just talking about, this huge Aquarian season, and we had some major transits going on in Aquarius. So whether, like, no matter like how much Aquarius you actually have in your chart, this energy is something that we're all feeling these days. And for you, this is in the advice section. So really, you're asked to follow this lead, right? Of being of service, of helping the community, of finding your purpose. And that's, like in this case, that service or assistance to the collective is going to help you figure out a lot of things individually on your personal level. So that was the message. Let's get some messages from your person of interest. Messages for Aries. Nope. Wow, we got Lovers, 8 of Swords, and another 5 of Wands. Yeah, so your person basically is saying that there's a lot going on in their 3D space right now, and we saw with the King of Pentacles that they are busy, like they take care about a lot of things, a lot of people, they just have a lot of items on their agenda every day, right? And so they're kind of like in that world, trying to do like the right thing and fight the noble battles, but they also want to make sure that they nurture this relationship. And part of this self-sabotage, or like this headache kind of or trap kind of energy here is that they don't know how to get out of that roller coaster that they're in right now. So they can spend more energy and dedicate more time to this connection, to this relationship. So that's what their desire is, or even the divine guidance is, because this is a major arcana, and like this is a way for divine to give them a nudge that they need to sort out their priorities. And love cannot be on the back burner, really, if it's important and you want to keep it going, right? But right now they don't have quick answers how to get there, how to make it happen. So this is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with others. I will be talking in March about the eclipse season, some other transits, and also about my show in April. It's going to be a weekly show, but it launches on April 5th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be called Mindfully Awake, and I will talk more about it in March, but I'm very excited, so I wanted to mention it to you. It's going to be around mindfulness and wellness, and I hope that you guys will join me there as my audience. I love you all.